Today we had a question from Kenny, and Kenny is a brown belt in judo. He said he was okay. He wasn't like a world beater or anything like that, but he was okay at judo as a brown belt. And he's now a 6-month white belt, so he's fairly new to jiu-jitsu and is a white belt. And he says that in his gym, it's cool. Everybody knows what's going on, and he enjoys being a white belt. He enjoys the journey and everything else. And in his gym, everything's great. Well, what happened was recently he went to an open mat. And, he doesn't tell me what happened, but he says after a few rolls at the gym he's visiting, he was confronted and accused of being a sandbagger by a blue belt. He says he doesn't want to go around telling people anything, because he basically, I don't do this anymore. I know what he's saying. Basically, he was a brown belt. He doesn't want to go in there like strutting around like, hey guys, just letting you know, I'm a brown belt in judo, pretty good. He doesn't want to come across as that. Doesn't want to come across as cocky. And so he doesn't say anything about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm a white belt in jiu-jitsu, and so he starts rolling. And I imagine probably what happened was the blue belt that he was rolling with was probably like his spidey sense started tingling when he's grabbing and gripping. It's like, whoa. You're not a white belt. You've been doing something. And so, he got confronted for being a sandbagger. So Kenny's question is, was this guy's ego bruised, or should he go about doing something when he visits other gyms who maybe don't know that he's done judo? So, Kenny, thanks for the question, brother. So it's funny. I know what you're talking about. I'll give you 2 examples. One was, I've talked about this guy years ago on the channel. His name was Tim. Tim was a collegiate wrestler, and he was good. He was a good collegiate wrestler. And he was over here working out one time when we had our weight area over on this side. And I remember he's working out, and I was just talking to him one day. It was on a Friday, and I told him, I was like, man, you should come do some jiu-jitsu. I asked him, have you ever done any grappling before? He's like, oh, I wrestled a little bit. I was like, cool, man. I was like, why don't you come over and train with us on Monday? We have takedown day. It'll be great. You'll love it. And he's like, cool. So he comes in on Monday. We're doing takedowns. I mean, he's launching people. Just tabletopping people. And again, I'm looking at him going, hey, Tim, you only done a little bit of wrestling? And then he comes out and says, oh yeah, I wrestled in college and was, in Indiana and in high school, whatever. So he was a tough dude. Was not just an average wrestler. Okay, clearly, that makes sense. Now, granted, he was still a white belt. You get him on the ground, he was still fumbling around with basic movements, and he had no abilities off his back. But on his feet, pretty much a black belt as far as takedowns go. And then we've also got another student who was a black belt in judo. He came from Japan. He lived there for a number of years. And again, if he gets a grip on you, it's a judo grip. It's not like the white belt grip. Some of you guys have been training for a while. If you get a white belt grip, get your gi, unless they're really big, you can get that out of here. Black belt in judo grabs your gi, you're like, it's a little bit different, right? And so he came into the gym. But again, on the ground, very much a white belt. Very much a white belt. He would do just fine with our white belts. Now, if it was on the feet, he's a black belt. He can do some good throws. He sent me sailing and looking up at the ceiling lights plenty of times in the middle of our takedowns and stuff like that. Now, once it hits the ground, I'm far above that, right? But again, it's just different. And so going back to your situation, in your gym, what's happened is everybody just knows you're Kenny, the judo guy. Right? They probably just know you. That's in their head. They probably know you did some judo, so it's no big deal. They know that your ground game still needs some work, but that you've got this judo background. When you go into a gym and you just say, I'm a 6-month white belt, a 6-month white belt is very, very, very new. Most 6-month white belts, unless they're really good athletes or they have some prior experience, usually are very easy to move with. And so this guy was probably starting off thinking into his head, okay, this is going to be pretty easy. And all of a sudden you started giving him a good run or probably had good grips and everything else. And he's like, whoa. Because especially a 6-month white belt, they're probably not grip fighting on the level that you are yet. So probably was completely surprised. And so again, maybe a little bit of a bruised ego because he probably expected to have an easier time with you. But nonetheless, it would be wise when you visit places to just let them know. Say, hey, listen, I'm a white belt, man. I'm a fresh 6-month white belt, really loving it. I've done judo for a number of years too. I'm not great or anything, but you can say it in a way where you're not coming across as, yeah, I'm pretty much amazing at judo or anything like that, right? I feel like I'm channeling my inner anchor man, quotes or something. But you can go into the gym and you can simply just share that you've done judo, you've done jiu-jitsu, and you can kind of let them know where you're at. That you were decent, but you weren't a killer or something like that. And just so they know what to expect, so it's not such a surprise to them. There's a great video if you haven't watched it. I know some of you guys are relatively new to jiu-jitsu. If you haven't watched it, put in BJJ black belt disguised as a white belt or something. There was a guy years ago, it's hilarious. He goes to this gym and he's a black belt. And, he's like messing up shrimps and stuff in the line. And then he starts rolling with people and, they're recording and like the guys are coming off the mat and they're like, I think that guy's done something. They're asking him, they're even asking like, hey bro, have you trained before? He's like, yeah, I've done some Kung Fu or something. And, again, they're going through the same thing because the feeling's not matching up. They're like, he's done something. And I think that, again, the same thing's happening there. They can feel that you're not exactly a brand new white belt, and so they're just wondering what's up. So anyway, that's my answer to you, Kenny. Just let people know in advance. It'll smooth things over and just let them know what to expect so they don't have a weird expectation of what's supposed to happen. And hopefully it helps you, brother. Thanks for the question.